Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Good evening. How are you? Welcome to another episode of Rock the Mic. If we haven't met before, I am your host, Garfield Waller. Welcome again on this lovely Saturday evening. I hope we're in for an exciting time. I really hope so. I'm really excited. This evening, guys, this evening, I'd like to address a very, how should I say, a topic that comes up to us every once in a while. Guys, if you are close to my age, you are mulling retirement. You are mulling retirement. You're thinking about it. You're almost at that age. Now, my question, guys, my question to you is this. When that day comes and you decide to retire, where will you spend it? Where will you spend retirement? In the meantime, guys, for those who are watching on Facebook, if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead, guys, please post your comments. Post your comments. I'll welcome them. Let's see if we can get a little dialogue going on this evening. So, if you're watching on YouTube on Rock the Mic channel or you're on my profile page in Facebook, just go ahead, post your comments, and let's see what we can get going, guys. But for tonight, where are you going to spend your retirement? Are you going to stay in North America or in England? Or are you thinking of heading back home? And by home, I mean somewhere in the Caribbean, like most of us listening tonight are Jamaicans. So let's see. By the way, guys, if you are watching and listening, if you can hear me properly, if the sound is good, give me a thumbs up. Let me know what the sound quality is like. So once again, guys, welcome to Rock the Mic. And like I said, if we haven't met, I'm your host, Garfield Waller, Jamaican bred, Jamaican born. Now, there is a famous saying that, hey, you can't go back home. You can't go back home. Home will have changed. Once you have left, no matter if you head back, you're just a visitor. What do you guys think? Delreen, thank you very much. So, Delreen, are you really hearing me clearly? Let me know. Thank you. So, guys, this is really pointed at people who are living right now in the States or in England. When you retire, what are you going to do? Post your comments, guys. Let me hear what you think. And listen, if you would like to call in, give me a call. Here's a number 407 479 8517. 407 479 8517. But if you feel shy and you're not up to calling in, guys, go ahead. Just post your comments. Like I said, where will you spend retirement? Listen, most of us migrated for a better life. Things were tough back where we came from. And we came to the States or England or Canada for a better life. Did we find it? If we found it and we have amassed a nest egg, I wouldn't say a fortune, are we going to head back home? Or will we live out our years away from the place of our birth? Let me know what you're thinking, guys. Let me know what you're thinking. Because when we are thinking of something like this, there are certain things that we have to put in place, certain things that we have to consider. And I know you're thinking about them. I know you're thinking about them. Things that come to mind, guys. So go ahead. I see we have about 12 people on. Go ahead, guys. Post your comments. Post your comments, please. Because I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear from you. Post your comments. Will we reside here several thousand miles away from home? Dana, glad to have you on. Dana, you're in Jamaica. Good. Glad to have you on, Dana. But guys, post your comments. Even those at home in Jamaica. Here's something I want to ask you, those in Jamaica. For returning residents, how do you view them? Are they welcomed with open arms, or do you guys look at returning residents as somebody who ran away and now want to come back? How do you view returning residents for those who are still in Jamaica? I'd love to know. I would love to know. And Ray, welcome. Where the tree falls, it stays. But sometime when the tree falls, it's taken up by termites, man. So Ray, I take it that you are gonna stay here. For those who think they're gonna stay, I want to hear your reasons. Just post your reasons, guys, or give me a call. Why do you want to stay? Why do you want to go back home? As for me, I am personally, I'm torn. But there are certain factors which we have to take into consideration, and I'm gonna bring those up a little later. So, guys, for those who are on, welcome. And like I said, if we haven't met yet, I'm your host Garfield Waller, and the program is Rock the Mic. Program is Rock the Mic. So, guys, I'm hoping we can have a healthy little discussion here. So, let me put it out to Ray. Ray, why would you stay? Why would you not go back home? And for Dana, how do you guys view returning residents? But like I said, there are a lot of things to consider. Not just, hey, I've amassed enough money to maybe live comfortably on my pension so I can head back home. And Ray saying, I love my homeland, but like you say, it needs a lot of planning. It needs a lot of planning. True, that is so true. So, Ray, what are your concerns about going back home? What are your concerns? What are your expectations? What are your fears? Would you just pack up if you had to and head back home? Why would you not? Or why would you? I'd love to hear what everybody thinks because I'm at that stage where I'm getting close to that age. In another 3-4 years, I should be retired. And I'm trying to think, what am I going to do? Do I stay here? And if I do stay here, what state am I going to live in? Oh, Ray, you think you left too long. So you'd be a visitor in your homeland. Yes, that is a concern. That is a concern because, trust me, when you look at this comment, that this thing I'm putting on the screen, wherever you live, when you go back, will your friends still be there? Will the people you grew up with still be there? Because I went home a couple of years ago and, hey, everybody's gone. Everybody's gone. I'm like, felt like a stranger in my hometown. I felt like a stranger in my hometown. Anybody else? Go ahead, post your comments. And like Ray says, he left too long. How long is too long? Oh, Leslie, welcome. Leslie saying, stay between, stay between countries, so you have a foot in both countries. Leslie saying, as let's see if we can bring up Leslie's comments here. Oh, okay. Leslie saying, hey, as he got older, as he gets older, things ain't like that anymore. Seem to have lost my picture here, guys. Seem to have lost a picture. Oh gosh, come back. So we have what Mr. Burke is saying. Stay between countries. As I get older and health issues increase, I would be staying in a foreign land. Okay. We got you there, Leslie. Hold on, guys. I seem to have lost my camera here. Give me a minute. Seem to have lost my camera. Camera seemed to have gone. I don't know why. I don't know why. Hope this camera comes back on. Okay, but back to the chat. Back to the chat. Okay, so Desiree is saying she'd love to split time. She would love to split the time between both countries. But Leslie, you brought up a very important point. You brought up a very important point. Ray says, really, I wanted to go back. Now, I'm not sure since my brother was shot. Yeah, that's scary. That can be scary. That can be scary too. So there's some topics I'd like us to look at. For example, guys, one of the first things I'd like us to delve into is that of the health services. Health services. As we get on in age, like Leslie said, there are health issues. Now, do you think, for those coming from the States or England, do you think you can get the adequate health care you're going to require in Jamaica? Do you think it's there? Let me hear your comments on that, guys. Let's look at the health services first. Do you think you can be adequately looked after your health issues? Those of us with diabetes, high blood pressure, those of us who, you know, different ailments. Can you get that health care in Jamaica? What would what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Would that health care be there? Would that be there, guys? Let me hear what you guys think. Because many of us want to go back, but these are some of the things we have to think of. And Desiree saying, oh my gosh, sad to say no, sad to say no. Think of each parish, guys. Think of each parish and the hospitals available. Think of each parish and the hospitals available. Can this take care of all of us? Oh, welcome, Sonia. Welcome, Sonia. The care is certainly there, but at what cost? Sonia McCormack is saying the healthcare is certainly there, but the cost is a deterrent. The cost is a deterrent. For example, if you're from St. Mary, you need health care. Where do you go? Is there anybody from Jamaica, St. Mary right now who is logged on could tell me? Is the Portmore Hospital in full swing? What about Another Bay? Is it up and running? Is it up and running? Okay, Ray saying money will get you all you want. But do we all have the money? Do we all have the money? If we have the money, yeah, fine. But can somebody say if the Portmore Hospital is in full swing? Is it in full swing, guys? It is in full operation. Can we get somebody to verify that? Kingston, what, KPH? University Hospital? Chest Hospital? Oh, St. Anne's Bay is right. St. Anne's Bay is close enough, right? It depends on what's wrong with you. It depends on the illness you have, right? It depends on the illness you have. Is that close enough in a real emergency? Is that close enough in a real emergency? Wow, and the comments are really coming in. Okay, we have Miss Jean Martin here. And Monica Thompson, welcome. Monica is saying Another Bay in full swing. Portmore is partially up and running. Okay. And who is this? Oh, Dana again is saying she heard that the Portmore Hospital is being upgraded. That would be good news. That would be good news. That would be good news. And here is Miss Jean Martin Reyna calling from Kingston. So, Jean, in Kingston, what are the conditions of the hospitals like? What are the conditions of the hospital like, Jean? Could you just write that for us, please? Because I can think of what? KPH, Chest Hospital, Natal, if it's still there. Okay. And we have somebody else here, that's Delrine again, saying, don't think Another Bay is a hospital anymore. Can we get confirmation on that? Okay, and we welcome Madame Dawn Guy. Dawn, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. Dawn says, guess she'll be staying here. I'm not against going back home, but prefer to stay here with my children and grandkids. Do not want to be away from them in your old days. Oh gosh, you're dating yourself, Jay. Dawn, old. Huh? Come on, Dawn. You don't look old. You don't look. And Sonia McCormack, it is Marva Wellington. Oh, Marva, welcome. Which one is scaled down, Marva? Is that Port Maria? Is it Port Maria that's scaled down? Marva Wellington is saying it's scaled down as a type 2 clinic, but it's functional. I guess she is talking about Port Maria. And Leslie again is saying, look, depending on your ailment, the quality of your health comes into question. That is so true. That is so true. You may end up, go foreign. So we have to get certain treatment. All right. Yeah, guys. But yeah, we have to look at. We're at that age where we have to look at the. Okay, and Ray saying there's also Andrews Memorial. Yes, I remember that one. Mm-hmm. Mr. Reed Clinton, glad to have you, sir. Glad to have you. Another Bay and St. Anne's are the main hospital. Portmore is of a lower standard. like a clinic. Yeah, that's what they just said. So if something is wrong with me in Port Maria, I may have to go all the way to St. Anne's Bay. But granted, the roads are much better than when we were there. Good. So, and Miss Thompson, Monica, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Rock the Mic. Another Bay is persons come all the way over to Another Bay. Two of the best surgeons are at Another Bay. Okay, good. hmm So, guys, remember, here's our topic. Where will you spend retirement? Here in the States, I mean, or head back to Jamaica? Many people are caught in, you can't really make up your mind. Yes, Another Bay has great doctors. Thanks, Dana. And would you mind telling us your names, Dana, if you can remember? Yes, so we have to look at health concerns. We have to take that into consideration. I don't want to have to be jumping on one of them airlines just to get to, say, Miami or New York for treatment. I'd like to know that if I'm in Jamaica, yeah, there's adequate health care there. Now, guys, let's look at another area. Let's look at the cost of living. Let's look at the cost of living. Now, heading back to Jamaica or staying here. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Okay, and Ray is immediately putting Gene on the spot. Ray is immediately putting Gene on the spot. I knew this would happen. So he says, Gene, talk to us as a resident. Have you got any health fears, Gene? Let's hear what Gene thinks. Gene, any health fears? And Monica is saying, yep, if you have money in Jamaica, you can get suitable health care. Not necessarily proper. Okay. And Sonia is, you spend the winters in Jamaica. Okay. Yeah. Most of us don't like the cold. I don't have that blood for this cold weather. Honestly, the coldest I want to feel is when I open my refrigerator. I don't want to feel anything colder than that. So back to this now, guys. Cost of living. Cost of living. How would that affect you guys? Are you giving up a lot by leaving the States to go to Jamaica or what? Cost of living. What can we, the money we have here in the States, what could it give us down in Jamaica? Would we be better off taking our retirement or pension down to Jamaica? Would we be able to have a higher standard of living? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Would we be able to enjoy a higher standard of living if we went back home? Any comments? Any comments on that? The standard of living. And Miss Raina Jean is saying, all hospitals are going to be upgraded and repaired. Wait for the news. Wow, this woman has inside information. There's adequate health care. It's just expensive. And Monica is saying, not just expensive, it's sky high. So what you're saying, it's better not to get sick. But is it much better here in the States? Because unless you have some good health plan, you're screwed. You are gonna be paying a lot too. You're gonna be paying a lot. What does that no mean, Mr. Cameron? Welcome, sir. What does that no mean? No to what? Mr. Cameron, that no. What does it mean? What are you saying no to? And we have Dana saying, hey, cost of living is really high in Jamaica. But I don't think that bothers Dana. Dana have the bag. You know that. We all know that Dana is loaded. But guys, if you're just logging on, this is Garfield Waller on Rock the Mic, and we're discussing the topic. When you retire, if you're living here in the States, when you retire, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Are you planning on going back home? So let's look again for what Mr. Burke is saying. More to the foreign dollars, but money don't fall. That's funny. Yeah, you're saying you can get more out of the American dollar, but you're gonna go through it. You're gonna go through it very quickly. And here is Miss Martin with facts and figures. At 152 to 1, you'll be comfortable depending on the amount you're moving with. That's true. It depends on how many years you've been working here, the size pension you're going back with. So the exchange rate, 152 to 1. Oh my God. I remember the days when we were on level pegging with the US dollar. Jeez, those were the days. Those were the days. And Sonia, here in Canada, our healthcare is free. All right, Sonia, stop showing off. Please stop showing off. Wow, free. Nothing beats free. Nothing beats free. Nothing beats free. Yeah, yes, Dana, I've heard from good sources that you are the person we need to see when we come out there for a small loan. Yes, yes, Mr. Cameron, we're coming up to security. So, guys, so on the topic of healthcare, some people seem, yeah, they'll be okay with it. They could afford it. Others are like, don't want to give up the security of what we have, what we really have in the States. So that may be a toss up. That may be a toss up, guys. So let's look at something else. Let's look at something else. Something that has always bothered me every time I go back home. Listen, I love my country. I love JA, but there's certain little things that bother me. Here are some of them, guys. Here are some of them. And before we move on, let's hear what Mr. Allen is saying. Let's hear what Ray is saying here. Is this Ray? Yeah. I do believe that US dollar in Jamaica will do more there than using it here. Yeah, true. True. Especially when most of us go down to show off. So, guys, here's the next one I want to look at. Here's the next basic services. But talking about light water transportation. For those of you up here, and a lot of us have been spoiled by living in the US. What do you think? Yeah, we're coming to your comments, guys. What do you think about these services in Jamaica? Light, water, garbage, pickup, transportation. How does that strike you guys? Any comments about that? Any comments? And this health thing seems to have knocked a lot of people. Wellington Marva is saying St. Mary's underdeveloped right now. One major hospital. Scotiabank is, oh my God. Scotiabank in Portmore. Oh, Jesus. That's horrible news. That's horrible news, man. Anyway, just to tell you all, I was born at the Another Bay Hospital. And Miss Hamilton, Althea, how you doing? Let's be careful about our assumptions. Healthcare is available in the US, but can be prohibitive. True, that is so true. Then what good is that? Maybe the fact that, hey, it is here, but maybe you just can't afford it. Yes, guys, back to the next topic here. Basic services. What do you guys think? Light, water, garbage pickup. Any views on that? Are you satisfied with that? Those coming from the States and England, have we been spoiled? Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, and who is this? Sonia saying, okay, my sister still living in Jamaica and she has a solar system. Yes, that's something we should have had in Jamaica long ago. We have so much sunshine. We have so much sunshine, guys. We should have had that long ago. And Diana is saying, hey, light bills high. Water some places don't have. Plus, garbage pickup, we could do better on that. Yeah, I'm hearing in Portmore and Highgate especially, it sucks. Garbage pickup for the light bills. And are we still having frequent, as the JPS called it, power shedding? Does that still go on? Water lockoffs. I'm hearing that in some places, some kids have never seen water coming through that pipe. Yes, Mrs. Raina. Yes, Portmore is not maintained as a capital. Gene, why would you say so? Would you care to back that up, Gene? By the way, guys, you're on Rock the Mic. You are on Rock the Mic. We're discussing retirement. What would make you go back to Jamaica? What would keep you away? Gene, care to elaborate on that? When you say Portmore is not being maintained as a capital, what is lacking? Would you mind saying? Or Dana, Marva, would you? Oh, there's no more load shedding? Wow. Wow, that is good. No more load shedding. That is great. So how has it been with the COVID curfews? So we have lights right through the night. We have power right through the night. Does anybody live in an area where there are frequent water lockoffs? Anybody? And Marva, could you clarify this for me? Is it true that that JPS office has been moved from Port Murray? Oh, yes, Mr. Cameron, that congestion, man. It seems like Jamaica has too many cars. I got in a traffic jam and oh my God. Wow. hmm Marva, okay, garbage collection is bad, needs improvement, bad and needs improvement. Yeah, these are some of the things that the people from living in the US, we have been spoiled in that respect. We have been spoiled. Could we go back and, you know, could we go back and live with this? Or after a couple of months, would we get used to it? Would we get used to it? That's that's something that, just like when we land and that heat hits us after a few days or maybe a week. Yeah, the same is true of the States. Yep, true. If you ever get caught on the LIE Grand Central Parkway or down in Florida I-4, yep, cars like crazy. And Mr. Cameron is saying, look, it's not the cars, it's the people on the street. It's the people on the street. Okay, good. Yeah, everybody up and about. hmm And Miss Raina is saying, yep, the streets are lit. And Mr. Reed, here we go again. We need to make use of solar energy. Water is here, but we need to manage it in a better way, including harnessing of the rainwater. You know what surprised me the last 2 years, 2 years ago it went down? It's all these black tanks on everybody's roof. Can somebody enlighten me on that? Because I thought we were the land of wood and water. hmm Yeah, Everton, that's true. Everton, that's true. Everything Mr. Cameron is saying, yeah, it happens right here in America. Yep. So, as we say in Jamaica, what? You're swapping black dog for monkey. Same thing happens here. Happens here. hmm Yes, and Mr. Cameron, Dana, especially the vendors on the street. Good. Yeah, we need to be able to regulate things like that. We need to be able to regulate those people. Wow. And somebody asking, let's see, what's his question coming up here? When was the last time you've been to Brooklyn? Garbage is all over the streets. Yep, that's true. I've seen East New York. There's some areas where, you wonder, are you in a first world country or not? Are you in a first world country or not? And Gene hit it on the head. A lot of indiscipline. A lot of indiscipline. hmm We, a lot of people back home don't seem to, rules to them don't mean anything. And here we go with Mr. Burke again. Thanks for all the comments, Mr. Burke and Mr. Cameron. We really appreciate it. Lots of room for improvement in services, but you can work with it. If you have frequent loss by a tank, it won't be perfect. True, problems are everywhere. You can get shot out in the Walmart parking lot. Yep, it's funny, but serious. You're right. You are so right. You are so right, my brother. You are so right. All the new building going up are built with solar panels and water tanks. Okay, that's good. Yeah, we got to make use of clean energy. And trust me, in Jamaica, we have oh my God, that supply of sunshine, man. We should be making use of that long ago. But in discipline, something I want to bring up, guys. When you go into a company, when you go into a store or an office, I mean, in Jamaica, you get used to it, that slow, lackadaisical attitude of some of the workers. But for those living in the States, do you think you could deal with that again? Do you think that's something you could deal with again? Going into an office and people just yakking, yap, 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 and not paying attention to you. You're not getting the service you want. How many of you coming from the States would be able to deal with that again? Do you think it's something you could handle? Let me hear what you think. And Marva is saying there's an echo. She's not hearing me clearly. Anybody else having the problem? Okay, Mr. Cameron, Mr. Cameron is saying, hey, he can count on one hand the amount of time he has lost power. That is good. That is good because that was something I could not stand, man. This load shedding. Ah, Cameron again. Yes, the customer service. That is, oh my God, that's something we really need. That's something we really need to improve customer service. Customer service. We've got to improve that. Yeah, and Ray, you're right. You're right. One always finds reason to support their belief. Whether you believe we should go back or not, everybody can come with like these 10 reasons to support what they think. Should we go back? Yeah, I can come up with 10 reasons to say why I should, and equally 10 reasons to say why I should not. That's why we're here tonight. And Sonia, if you don't stop bragging, you need to visit Canada. There's no garbage on the streets, and you'll be charged for littering. Okay, Sonia, great. I've never been to Canada. I'd love to see what it's like. A friend of mine was charged for throwing a cigarette butt out his car window. Wow, that. Mhm. We should have some rules like that. Could it work in Jamaica though? Could it work? Could it work? Yeah, guys, there are many pros and cons. Many pros and cons. Let's look at something else now, guys. Let's look at something else. Now, let's look at the crime. The crime, the crime, the crime. I was just speaking to somebody else today, and his main reason for not wanting to go back home is crime. He's saying crime is out of hand, and returning residents are seen as easy prey. Do you guys find that is true? Do you find that is true, guys? What about returning residents? Are they picked on? How do you guys look at? Oh, Mr. Reed, Candico Rabba Reed. Welcome, sir. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Listen to your music all the while. That is true. We're comparing apples to oranges, but it's one place to move from to the other. If you're going back home, I think we've got to take that into consideration. You really have to say, what are you stepping away from? What are you stepping into? What are you going to? So somebody you're saying, I hope we can take a look at Mr. Bush at Standard's Hotel. Oh gosh. Yes. Guys, let's talk about the crime. And Mr. Hurd. Welcome, Mr. Hurd. Welcome, Mr. Hurd. I really thought I'd retire in Jamaica, but having lived here for so long and visited almost every year, it's difficult to adjust to almost everything. Don't you think after a month or two, Everton, you'd be at home? Don't you think you'd be at home, Everton? After a month or so? And we have Burke again. Entrepreneurs need to invest in customer service training for their staff. Yes, that is really needed. Customer service. We got to learn how to treat customers. But then again, most workers say, look, it's not their business, so they really don't care. They really don't care. But guys, back to the topic. Crime. Are returning residents picked on? Are they easy prey? Are they easy prey? I was watching something on YouTube where one of the gentlemen in charge of returning residents and guys coming back home, one Mr. I won't say his name, but he was saying he wouldn't advise any resident to come back home, and that they are returning residents who built homes in, say, Mandeville, and have had to lock them up and return to the States or return to England. Is there any truth in that? Is there any truth in that? But guys, any thoughts about the crime? Any thoughts about the crime being a deterrent to returning residents for people trying to come back home? Is crime something that puts you off? Is a crime wave something that would keep you from heading back home? Any comments on that, guys? Let me hear what you think. Yes, let's hear what Ray says here. New York City, 447 were killed in April. Last week, 26 were shot. Crime is everywhere. But remember, Jamaica has 2 point something million. New York has maybe 10, 11 million. We're dealing with a greater density. And somebody else here, okay, they're seen as feeding trees. That's a returning resident, right? So I guess they're easy prey. As soon as you come back home, your door is kicked off. That's what the gentleman who was in charge of returning residents was saying. But aren't firearms now available in Jamaica? I think the last time I heard they were. So you can be armed, but does that stop these guys from coming in just to get you? So we look at crime as a deterrent, health services, but me coming close to that age, it's something I'm really, really, really. I go to bed at night with this thing on my mind. Going back home, staying here, but like they've always said, oh, Dana, it's hard to get. Okay, good. Because I remember when I was in Jamaica, I applied for one, and they told me, "Oh, you're a teacher. If you have a business, we get a firearm." But that time they were trying to kick my door down to come in. But guys, crime can be a big turnoff. But like I said, I'm at that stage where I lay awake at night thinking, what am I going to do? Right now, I reside in Florida. Do I stay here in Florida? Do I move further north where the rest of my family, my brothers and sisters are in New York? Do I move out west? It's a big, it's a challenging question. Do I head back home, or do I want to go to maybe another Caribbean country or somewhere in Central America? Recently, the country that has popped up in every conversation was Costa Rica. Yeah, burglar bars are a turn. Burglar bars are a turn off just to see all these bars. But I guess in Jamaica it was really necessary. Not that it stops anybody; it may slow them down, but you can't have the cold. No, I guess with the cold, honestly, here in Florida, the AC is on. I'm trembling. But in New York, in winter, I'll go outside without a jacket. I just don't understand it. I just don't understand my body. It's changing. Okay, and Everton heard I'm so happy he's locked down tonight. This guy is a wealth of information. There lies a problem. The availability of firearms. Bad guys know you have it, they're coming for it. No fear from these bad guys in Jamaica. True. Different, boss. They they are different. They are different. Hmm. Yeah, I've had friends inviting me down. Hey, come take a look at Costa Rica. And I've heard of people thinking of going to Ghana. What do you guys think? No, guys, even more pressing than crime, even more pressing than crime. Believe it or not, driving in Jamaica. Driving in Jamaica. Can we discuss some of that, guys? Driving in Jamaica. Listen, last time I was there, I'm coming from the airport. I don't remember what car I rented, but I am, as they say over here, I'm hauling butt. I'm moving, and I'm overtaking a guy. I'm speeding, honestly. I admit I'm speeding. I'm overtaking this guy. And while I'm overtaking this guy, there's another guy overtaking me. I couldn't believe it. I just cut down to about 35. I was so embarrassed. But to understand the driving in Jamaica, oh my God. And here we go with Mr. Burke again. Crime is only significant in certain areas in Jamaica. Live in a gated community and don't go around flaunting cash like Mr. Big. However, bear in mind, you can be targeted anywhere in the world. That is so true. That is so true. That is very true. Anywhere you can get hit anywhere. And Diana was saying, yes, Diana, to the driving, minibus and taxis. Oh my God. I remember one time coming from Westmoreland and a guy's coming opposite direction, overtaking another vehicle. I had to turn up in somebody's yard. Honestly, I had to turn up in somebody's driveway. Our driving is Second to none, man. Reality said, no way. Rather go back to my own problems at home than go to another country. So you'd rather head back to Jamaica than head to another Caribbean country. Is that what you're saying, Ray? Is that what you're saying? Could you clarify for us? Yes, but that driving, and I got to admit, even though I've left Jamaica so long, I just can't get used to driving on the right. How many of you guys up here, it is second nature to you? Is it second nature to you guys up here? Because even when I approach an intersection to say turn right or turn left, I still got to think, I still got to tell myself, we're driving on the right, we're driving on the right. Oh my gosh, the fatality rate in Jamaica is crazy because they overtake anywhere, anytime. I'm driving from Mobay and I'm looking ahead and I see a taxi coming up on my side, on the shoulder. And I don't mean, and he's not driving slow either. He's not driving slow either. Oh, come on, Mark. I lived in New York for years. Nah, New York driving is more fun than Jamaica. When I go to New York, oh, my adrenaline goes up, but it's fun. But in Jamaica, I don't see no rules, man. And the markings on the roads are like crazy. The markings on the roads are like crazy. Now, Mr. Spence, you run a rent a car business. Do you feel safer renting to somebody coming from the States or renting to a Jamaican in terms of just driving, in terms of how they drive? Let me hear all the things. And like Leslie said, too much people in by them lifestyle. But Leslie, on the other hand, the driving test over here is nothing. The driving test over here is nothing. When I first came here and had to go do that thing, it's like it didn't take 3 minutes. You drive down the block and the guy said, okay, good, take me back. What? We good, we're gonna do it another day? No, you passed. I couldn't believe it. Who is this now? Reed. I'll move back to Jamaica, but not permanently because I have a pulling to Africa. Yes, Mr. Reed, where in Africa are you thinking? Which country? Which country? And I can only drive a left-hand steer car when I visit. Ah, come on. Come on, Everton, man. No, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. You can't, any car. The only thing I can't get used to back in a right-hand drive car is where the indicator lever and the wiper lever is. That's the only thing I cannot get right. Okay, and I have something here from, oh wow, my one of my batchmates have logged on. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome Miss Heather Fenton Wallen Bryan. Heather, how are you? How about discussing the positives of living in Jamaica, the beautiful hiking spots? Yeah, Heather, we know you hike a lot. You're fit as a fiddle. Would you like to start the ball rolling, Heather? Where are you hiking to next? Where are you hiking to next? And Miss Sonia is saying, I don't even drive when I go home. Yes, it can be rough. And Jean Martin replying to Ray, we have issues, except for a few. Our nursing care is second to none. Yeah, we have top nurses. Yep. We do everything here in medicinal care, but private doctors work at certain hospitals and it's costly. Some of our doctors fly into Florida and mhm, wow. Yes, Heather. Like I said, Heather, you want to roll this off, Heather? Come on, Heather, let's get started with you. And Mr. Spence is saying accidents are relatively minimal. I totally agree with Heather. Accentuate the positives as well. Go ahead. Go ahead, Mr. Spence and Miss Wallen Brown. Let's hear the positives. Go ahead. Let's hear the positives. Because I'm looking for any excuse to come back to Jamaica. But I've got to be a practical person. We've got to be practical in everything we do, guys. So, positives, guys. Yes, we are an island of beauty. We are an island of beauty. Miss Heather, you want to continue on that trend, Heather? The beautiful hiking spots, beaches, rivers. And by the way, I've been looking on Facebook and I'm seeing places open up that I never knew existed in Jamaica. So far, for example, waterfalls. Well, we all know Duns River, Reach Falls, YS Falls. I think I've been up to Taki once, but I've seen a lot more that had no idea they were there, especially down off White River and those places. Had no idea. We have places that most Jamaicans don't know. Heather, that's a big boast, Heather. That's a big boast. We are the most beautiful Caribbean island, Heather. I have friends from Trinidad and Barbados who take you up on that, Heather. But I'm being biased too. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yes, Heather, I've been up there once. I've been up there once. Too cold for me. Didn't like it. Didn't like it. Mhm. But I see you on Facebook and all the hikes you go on, Heather. Yes, Robbins Bay, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, we have wonderful places in Jamaica. We have wonderful places in Jamaica. But something I want to ask Heather and you other guys back there. How do you, honest opinion, how do you look at this pricing system where there's a price for locals and there's a foreign price? Do you agree with that, guys? Heather, let me hear what you think. You go down Javon, they tell you, hey, you have to pay the foreign price. Do you think that's fair? Do you think that's fair? Or do you think that's a deterrent to some people? The moment they realize you're living in the States, the price immediately goes up. What do you think about that, Heather? Let's hear you. Kuna Kuna Pass on the border of St. Thomas and St. Andrew. Is that how you pronounce it? Kuna Kuna? Oh, I would love to know. On the border of St. Thomas and St. Andrew? Okay. Can you expand on that, Heather? You know, I love history. I never heard of that one. Could you tell us what's there? And Mr. Spence, we have developed over the years world class highways linking Kingston to the North Coast. We have a relatively good road between Negril and Port Antonio, and we have a relatively reliable bus service between towns. Yes, I didn't get a chance to go on that cross island highway from St. Anne, cross the island. Didn't get a chance to go on that one, but I'm going to try it next time. Weren't there plans to do a highway around the East Coast from, say, Kingston, going around St. Thomas, coming to Port Antonio? Was that one done or not? Can we hear? Dungeon requires a Jamaican ID for the local rates. Heather, do you think that's fair, though? Do you think that's fair to have a local rate and a rate for foreigners? Do you think that is fair? And Heather again, Everton pulling out facts. Not too long ago, Travel Magazine dubbed Jamaica the crown jewel of the Caribbean. But I think the crime situation is taking that away from us. You could be right. You could be right. You could be right, sir. And let's hear what Miss Martin is saying again. Gang violence and domestic violence are our biggest issues. The gang violence, it's not in the tourist areas, is it? Is it just relegated to, say, Kingston, Mobay, Westmoreland, and those places? Okay, racing that highway around the East Coast, the eastern part of the island is under construction now. I hope so. I hope so. Yes, I was impressed with when I went the last. I was impressed with the taxis and the bus services. I remember once in, say, Port Maria, once it got dark, you were screwed. There was no transport anyway. But I see that has changed. And what is Orville saying? It's completely fair to charge non-Jamaicans a higher fee. Why, Mr. Spence? Why would you say that? Go ahead. And the guys welcoming, oh my gosh, I am fortunate tonight. I see another one of my batchmates here tonight. Here is Miss Marcia Blake Hall. There are instances when visitors pay far less than nationals. Package includes hotel and tour, so it balances. We have to encourage the locals to visit and pay in their own currency. All right, I take your word for it. But guys, for those just logging on, if we haven't met, I'm Garfield Waller, host of Rock the Mic, and we are discussing tonight, hey, whether those who live in the States, whether we want to go back to Jamaica to retire or not. And Dana, yes, the highway is beautiful to travel on. But when I last came there, you know what I missed? Before the highways were built, the road used to hug the coast. The road would hug the coast. And now it has, been pulled down good distance back from the coast. I miss that. I miss that. And let's look at a few more comments. And Mr. Spence is adamant in that it's completely fair to charge non-Jamaicans a higher rate. I would like him to tell me why. I'd love him to tell me why. Okay, and what is this saying about the tourists and the crime? You don't need burglar bars. We have all the sophisticated security features, just like the USA, just that it costs money. Just like it costs money. I missed a comment earlier. Somebody was talking about drones and and this Mr. Cameron is saying, be careful of the speed traps. Yep. No, there's a lot out there. No, there are a lot. I know we have a lot of speed traps. Okay. What? What is that about the gangs? Hold on. I just saw. Yes, just saw another comment here. Tourists don't experience a crime because security forces are high in the tourist areas. Okay. Yes, guys. Here's Mr. Hurd. An island with less than 3 million people have 389 gangs. Dang. Dang. I'd like to know what constitutes a gang. Is it gang activity or mainly political violence? Let me know, guys. Educate us who are away. And don't forget the Jamaican cuisine. Yeah, Heather, I know you bring up food known all over the world. Fresh fish, meats, vegetables all year round. Heather, is Helsha still banging? What about Old Harbor? And let me go back to Orville. Charging Jamaicans a lower rate encourage them to visit and enjoy their own. Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. But guys, Jamaica is beautiful. But for those of us living here, it's something we gotta consider. Yes, I'd love to come back home. But like I said, the people you knew and a lot of people in Jamaica don't take this in consideration. The people I grew up with, the people I knew, they've all moved away. It would be like a feeling of say starting all over again. You'd be a stranger in your own hometown. Oh, yeah, yeah. If you put it that way, Mr. Cameron, gangs are a way of employment. Yeah, things are hard. Things are hard, and I, most human beings are not gonna just sit there and starve themselves. And here's Miss McCormack with very strong feelings. She doesn't think Jamaicans should pay, non-Jamaicans should pay more. She calls it a ripoff. Oh gosh, very interesting. I like the ideas some of you are proposing here. The things some of you are saying. I like what you're saying. But coming to the states, guys, let me say this: as one of those who migrated, coming to the states made me realize what I had in Jamaica. Made me realize what I had, and you're giving up a lot. You're giving up a lot because no matter how much money you end up making, there's nothing to beat that peace of mind of being at home, being among friends, being viewed as a first class citizen in your own country. I'll say that. Cameras are installed on most major thoroughfares. Okay. So, Gene, that means they catch you speeding all the while. And Mr. Hurd, I'll never give up Jamaica. Love it too much. Over, I don't think I'll ever live there again. Yes, Mr. Hurd, especially if you have to be away from your Knicks, right? And brother, I'm sorry for your disappointment, but a life, you know? I, honestly, I would love to go back to Jamaica. And I think I'm leaning towards that. Because here in America, yeah, you have acquaintances, but friends are far away. I long for the day when you can just go down the road, sit down on a culvert, and you know, rap with your friends. That's something we're missing up here. Your family is 2, 3 states away. That personal touch, knowing that hey, there's somebody down the road who can help you, somebody next door who can help you. That's something we miss. That's something we miss. I don't know if everybody else misses that. Every time I went back to Jamaica, I always enjoy stay because that's home and there's no substitute. But guys, let me ask you something. Are you one of those who go back and the first week it's exciting, and then after that you want to leave? How is it, guys? For those of you who have gone back to visit, how long does it take for the excitement to wear off? How long does it take for the excitement to wear off? Yeah, there's always reunions, Gary, but reunions and being with your friends, they're not the same. They're not the same. They're not the same, man. Trust me, they're not the same. Social life here is poor. Do you know your neighbor here? Yes, I can say I do. And guess why? The only reason I know my neighbors, the guy to my left, the two in front of me, the only reason I know them is because at some time my wife and I taught their kids. Otherwise, no. Otherwise, no. I live in a gated community, and one of the things they were saying about the gated community, it brings everybody closer together. Heck no, that's a lie. Everybody goes in, close their garage doors, and that's it. You don't see them again till maybe the next evening they come in from work. Nobody says hello. That is something that we really miss from yard. You know, that close camaraderie we have with everybody else. And I'd like to welcome Carlene. Carlene, how you doing? Carlene says, I was seriously thinking of retiring there, but I'm not sure anymore. Why, Carlene? Can you say why? Can you give reasons why? Yeah, but who was it? Was it Cameron or Heard who said they were thinking about, they had that pull towards Africa? Because I've heard several people say that, not just Jamaicans. I've heard several African Americans say, yes, they have that pull towards the motherland. How do you feel about it? And Ray is saying, hey, when I go home, I never get tired of being home. The time is always too short. Yeah, Ray, we know why you said that. We know why you said that. We know. I don't want to let the person out of the bag. And Reed Candy Corey is saying, hey, what's he saying here? And Miss Blake Hall, remember now, returning residents do not have to return to the communities they grew up in. That may not be the best thing to do. That is true. That is true. There are a number of gated communities where people gravitate to and feel safer. Some gated communities full of vibes. Can you give me the name of a good one on the North Coast, Marcia? Give me the name of a good gated community on the North Coast. Something that somebody in my price range can afford, not yours. You know. And here we have Carlin Gopi saying yes, healthcare and the crime. That's a deterrent for her. Yes, but I understand there are a lot of gated communities going up. Yes, but has anybody felt that pull towards the motherland? Yes, Ray, the time is always too short. Always too short. You go in, say hi, hello, and before you know it, you, you got to leave again. You got to leave again. Always too short. Let's see who is this one too. Them not always depend. Oh, okay, Miss Blake Hall. Would you mind I ask you specifically for a nice one on the North Coast? Could it just give me one on the North Coast, please, Miss Blake, and stop being so difficult with me? Replying to Carleen Gobe. Hi, Carleen. I suspected that was the reason, especially the crime. That is what is keeping away overseas Jamaican. Yep. Some people say, look, crime is everywhere. I have a pull towards South Korea. By the way, you speak Korean, right? Right? You speak Korean, I think. Is that so? Or Richmond Estates? hmm Yes, Cameron. Where exactly is Richmond? Is it the one by Chucker Cove? Is it that one by Chucker Cove? Yes, Reed. Which country in Africa are you thinking of? Which country are you thinking of? Thank you, Miss Blake, but Mr. Cameron beat you to it. But to Blake and the Candy Corps, is it the one by Chucker Cove? Oh, by Draxall. Okay. And a very nice one is being done by Gore Development in Discovery Bay. All right. Have to go check that out. I may have to be a squatter there. Can't afford it. Okay, some gated communities are Richmond Estate and Draxall. Oh my gosh, you remember when Draxall was just nothing but coconut? Okay, right, good. And oh, Miss Marjorie Paul, how are you, Marjorie? Glad to have you on. Okay, yeah, I figured it was that one near Chicago. It caught my eye the last time I went there. The only way I could get in there if I was a squatter. Can't afford it like some of you. Okay, can't afford it like some of you guys. So Mr. Cameron is thinking of Sierra Leone. Okay. hmm Good. I hear we have a sizable Jamaican population down there. Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone. And Sonny McCormick is like, I believe in the black, the green, and the gold, I say. I'm on Barnia. Remember that song? I, that song goes in my mind every day. Every day. hmm That goes through my mind every day. Who was it who sung that song? I think it was Pluto Shervington, right? If I remember right. hmm And let's look at some more of these comments. And somebody's replying to Everton. Jean Malorina. The systems are being installed and people are being trained. It's taking some time as our security members are not all tech savvy. The force was outdated with vehicles, guns. Okay. So I hear the police force are now using drones. Is that so? Can somebody clarify that for me, please? Yeah, we have to go high tech. Yeah, I think. Thank you, Althea. Yeah, I remember Pluto Shervington. That guy could write songs, man. That guy could write songs. Remember the one boy who I leave gone already? Who was stay better, sit down steady. That I felt so guilty when I left. Honestly, I honestly did. I felt very guilty when I left. But guys, anything else? Anything else? Any other reason? Would you go back home or will you stay? Will you go back home? Bad man will shoot down the drone. Ray, I don't know if they're that good because I always thought the drone would fly very low. It's a guy in my neighborhood with one, and it flies so high that you hear it, but you don't see it. You hear it. The other day it came over, and I know it's overhead. I can hear it. I can't see it. And it moves so darn fast. Yes, sir. We'll check your album, Candy, Mr. Cameron. We'll check it. We'll check it. But guys, like I said, a lot of Jamaicans over here are really in a quandary as to what to do. Honest, we're in a quandary what to do. We really want to come back home. Home is where the heart is. Home is where the heart is. I consider myself as nothing more, nothing less than a Jamaican, born and bred. And that's what's bothering me. Master, if you'll put me up, fine. If you can put up my family, fine. Stay for a while, and that should help you to make the decision. That's true. Now, for those of you who have ever dealt with anybody who has come back home, if you're familiar with the whole process, what is it like? Okay, for example, let me throw this out to Mark. Orville. Orville, is it cheaper to bring a car down or to purchase one in Jamaica? What do you think? Not just cars, furniture. Is it cheaper to buy it here, ship it there, or do everything in Jamaica? Oh, Mr. Reed, yeah, I've traced my ancestry from mother to Sierra Leone, and I like to meet them and the experience the culture of my great great grandmother, Sierra Leone. So we descendants of slaves were from that West Coast, Sierra Leone, Nigeria, Ghana, places like that, Cote d'Ivoire. hmm So anybody else wants to take a stab at that one? Bringing stuff in, furniture, cars, whatever. Is it, do they charge an exorbitant price or is it easy to be done once you have the paperwork? Or would it make sense, hey, buying your stuff in Jamaica? And Gene is talking about the Edge Hill. Where in St. Mary is this, Gene? Is it down near Boscobel or what? Could you explain to us, Gene, where? I know it's not in Trinity, but don't kill me now for that. Could you tell me where in St. Mary that is? just, just buy it. Oh, okay, okay. hmm What about houses? Should you build or do you buy something? What do you guys think? Should you build or buy something? Which would work out better, guys? Building or buying something there? Let me hear your thoughts on that one. Marcia, what do you think about that? Heather, building or buying? Which is better? Which works out better? Best to buy. Okay. Best to buy. But guys, you for those guys in Jamaica, you have no idea how that rests on our minds, when to come home, how to come home. And yeah, before we leave, and Marcia is saying, bring the furniture. Let's get Marcia's message here. Bring the furniture, but buy the car here. There's no duty concession on the car. Go to customs website to see what you can bring. Yeah, I was looking at it this evening. I was looking at it this evening. And Mr. Reed has another good idea here. I think buying furniture and support the local economy, that would be good. That would be good. Oh God, and I missed my train of thought a while ago. Can't remember what I was gonna say. Cannot remember what I was gonna bring up. I think to buy because the contractors here can be a headache. The contractors here can be a headache. Yes, guys, I'm asking all you in Jamaica now, all you in Jamaica, how do you view returning residents? Listen to my question, people in Jamaica. How do you view returning residents? Are they looked on? Are they embraced, or are they looked on with that side look as, hey, you go foreign and now you come back here a traitor, blah blah blah? No, be truthful. How are returning residents viewed? Come on, guys, let me have some honest opinion here. Carrie. They, yes, they will steal your money, no joke. In any country, Karine, in any country. Yes, hear my question, guys. How are returning residents viewed? Are they welcomed? Or are they viewed with skepticism or what? Are they viewed as people who sold out and ran? Tell me the truth. They haven't, and they have been used to catch him. Okay, he's talking about the drones, right? Sorry. The laborers will kill you because of their work ethics. Yeah, we work like nobody else. We have a work ethic when we want to work or when we don't want to work. Yeah, but Orville, Marcia, Heather, Jean, how are returning residents viewed? How are we looked on? Are we welcome? Now what? Come on. Nobody wants to take that question. Come on, we have thick skins. Come on, tell us. Tell us the truth. Tell us the truth. How are we looked on? Are we seen as easy prey for scams or what? Or are we welcomed? Are we welcome back? Anybody wants to take chance at that? They are welcomed in my community. They have a lot to share. Yeah, and I know you, Miss Blake. I know you're going to put on, you're in charge of the welcoming committee. Right? I hope when I come back, you have a big party for me. Okay? And let's hear what Miss Marjorie Poole. Some people think they're stupid to come back. Some people think they have money. And some think it's great that they've returned. Mhm. Okay? Okay, so we run the gamut of feelings of the people in Jamaica. Okay. Where Everton, where's that master? That's where I need to reside. So Everton, nobody well, you don't think anybody's gonna welcome you? Come on, man, you're a cool guy. They'll welcome you with open arms, Everton. Open arms. Oh my God, this is funny. And Mr. Reed, I see them as Jamaicans who went away to seek a better life. Nothing is wrong with that. They're welcome for me. Okay, good. And you see this Jean Martin, she. Listen, let's plan a reunion for a week and you can see what's happening. Only if I can be taken around by you, Jean, in your limo. Fine. But it would be good to, and like, who was it? Marcia said, I think returning residents should come down for a while. Look around, not just a 3-day weekend. You come there and spend a little while. And who is this now, Mr. Reed? It depends on how the returning residents portray themselves. If they act better than the local, then you're going to get the resentment. Yes, and some people are coming down there want to show off. And Marcia, tell the truth, it's not just Spanish Town. Where you live, we don't just call it Spanish Town. Come on, give us the true name of the place. Come on. Not that we're coming up there to look for you, but yes, in some areas I hear you're welcome. And like Mr. Reed said, yes, if you go with a bossy attitude, well, you're gonna get the resentment. We're humans, everybody is human. If you wanna portray that, hey, I'm coming from the States and you come in with the twang, come with the accent. I wonder how come I never developed an accent. But guys, for those who are coming in, you're watching Rock the Mic, and it's been an interesting evening, nice discussion. I'm happy some people logged on, especially my batchmates. Good to see Mr. Reed. Good to see Mr. Hurd, even though I know he's still depressed from his loss with the Knicks. This man, next to Spike Lee, this man has got to be the biggest Knicks supporter. Karine is in the community where my family home is. They're welcomed. Where's that, Karine? On the North Coast? Would you mind giving us an idea? Just give us a rough idea where that is. And Everton is saying most locals have this misconception that we ran away and coming back now. It's just an opportunity and we grasp it. Nothing changed. Still Yardie. Yardie to the bone. Yardie to the bone. Yardie to the bone. Isn't, and trust me, even though some of us may have put on that little accent and we did it because of where we work, listen, when you hear us, you'll know that we're Jamaicans. You'll know. Mr. Cameron, I spent about 2 weeks and the plan is to stay a month. Yes, I need to go down for an extended stay. I really need to. But every time I hit Jamaica, it's basically for a funeral or something like that. This will pop in, pop out again. Oh, and Karen is saying, oh, Greenwich Park, opposite Real Ocherius near Draxall. Okay. Okay. Yes, that would be good if in most communities you are really, the welcome mat is rolled out for you and you feel again like you are just another Jamaican back home. But guys, I want to thank you all for logging on. Thank you for spending the evening with me. It's been great. Only though, what is, what is wrong with Ray Allen? Only those who left in the 80s ran away. The others migrated to a better life. Ray, you got to explain that one. You got to explain that one. Before we leave, Ray, please explain that. Only those who left in the 80s ran away. So if you left from 80 to the end of 89, you are termed a runaway. Why? Why, Ray? Can you explain that one for me, please? And I'm leaving that one up on the screen, waiting for Ray to explain it. Why did those who left in the 80s are called runaways? Oh, God, that is funny. Come on, Ray. We are waiting. We ain't going to let you off with that one. Please, Ray, please explain. Come on, Ray. Explain this one. Why? Why, Ray? Oh, my Lord, this is funny. They ran from the manly government. So, I don't want to get in politics, but you think that one statement about 5 flights a day to Miami had anything to do with it? So you don't think people in the 80s could have said, you know what, I want a better life and decide to move? No. You accuse the people of running away. Come on. Flying into Mobay is far better than Kingston. Yes, I always fly into Mobay because I really want to view that coast as I travel eastwards. I know that the people ran away and leave their house and afterwards is sorry. Montego Bay Airport. Yay, we have somebody who can tell us about that. Orville, if you're still around, that's where you have your business, right? If Orville is still around, Orville runs a rent-a-car business. Orville, come on. Give us a little information. Give us a little information here, Orville, about your business. In 96, I went home for a month, and after 3 weeks, I was ready to go back, mainly because my money was getting low. Ray, I left it. Ever thought to hear the man says, if you left that 80s, you're a runaway. Oh my God. This one is funny. Sonia McCormack. Again, Sonia is still around. Running from progress. Oh, come on. Oh, Lord. This is funny. Thank you, Miss Dorothy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Rona Barrett, hometown guy. Okay, Rona, thanks for coming on. Thank you, Dar. And just asking Miss Jean, what Sweetie Jean is about that 80s comment. Only Ray would say something like that. And he won't. Oh my God. You're running away. Well, I guess that statement, 5 flights a day to Miami, really put the fear into some people. But guys, I am happy you guys logged on, and I see you guys waving, give me a chance to leave. Oh, he should have said no. He's including the 70s in it. Should have said the 70s to 85. So you're really narrowing it down. 70s to 85, that 15-year period. Okay. So nobody could have just decided, hey, you know what? Rest of my family is abroad, let me go. They had to be running away. Ray, you are a wicked devil. But I know once you log on, I know I could expect something like that from you. But guys, I hope that you'll join me next week again as we come up with some other topics that we can discuss. And hey, why not write into me, guys? Email me. Give me an idea for your topics. Let me put on screen here my email. It's my full name, garfieldwaller@gmail.com. Just email me your ideas about some topics, guys. And we come on, we discuss. The only topic I really want to stay away from is politics. I don't want to do politics. Religion, anything else. Anything else we can talk. Relationships, anything. Let's log on. Let's talk, guys. You've been great. You have been great. And I thank you all for logging on. Miss Carlene, glad you came on. Rona, Everton, Reed, all you guys. Thanks for coming on. And it's been great. It's been great, guys. So until next week, logging off now, signing off. This is Garfield Waller, and I have enjoyed your company on Rock the Mic. I have enjoyed your company on Rock the Mic. No, uh, Karine, I don't want to touch your politics, but Ray wants to bring in that whole political thing. So, bye, Diana, and from Karine, goodbye. Thanks for coming on, guys. You were great. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And Everton, take care. And Everton, know that the Knicks are gone. Who are you cheering for now? I know you're going to cheer for the Nets, right? Brooklyn Nets. But guys, it's been fun having you here. It's been fun having you here on Rock the Mic. And for those of you who, like I said, if we haven't met, I'm Garfield Waller. Stay safe. Peace out. And as COVID abates and we'll be able to come out of our houses and get out some more, I wish you all the best. I wish you all the best. Good luck, good health. And remember, we are in the best month of the year, June. My birthday is coming up. Be warned. Dana, also two June people. Remember, we rock, right, June? Right, Dana? We rock. So respect everybody. Have a safe night. Be safe. Take care.